Nuance with Nikki. My name is Nikki, and welcome to you, wherever you come from in the world. Um, I'm just, I was just brought to tears by the Buddhist monks right now, brought to so much humility, learning so much that's hard to express, and I don't want to keep this joy to myself. I have not allowed comment on this video because there's so much negativity in the world that I don't want negativity right now. I'm just quickly checking, am I actually even on? Okay, it's hard for me to check. I'm not great with these live streams. The first one I tried to do was against violence for women, and it messed up in the middle because my internet messed up in the middle. So I'm not great at this, guys. This is not about being perfect or anything. This is I just want you guys to be human with me. If you happen to be watching me, as I said, I don't know if I'm live or not. Yeah, let me see if I'm live. Am I even streaming right now? It looks like I'm not coming across. Am I? It looks like I am. Okay, I'm on. Sorry about that. I just want to see. Oh, it looks like you guys can join the chat. I tried to erase that. I really didn't want to invite negativity, but okay, I won't be joining, but I know that like with Buddhism and stuff, you've got to accept what comes. Anyway, I've been watching all these videos of what's happening with the Buddhist monks, the impact they're having on the world right now, on American soil right now as well. And I'm here on the other side of the world. I'm in sunny South Africa. And I'm just watching. Oh man, I don't want there to be a live stream. Guys, this is opening you up so emotionally, It's okay. Let's just carry on. Accept the moment that is. Let's see what's going on.
The group that's gaining national attention has finally made their way to North Carolina.
Yeah, the Buddhist monks were welcomed by hundreds of people in Charlotte tonight. Bethany Cates was there.
Hundreds filled the road here in Charlotte to see the Buddhist monks after North Carolina is their third to last state on their Walk for Peace journey that started in Fort Worth, Texas, and will end in Washington, D.C. And many came out for all different reasons, whether it be for personal or just to support. But at the root of it all, there was one simple message.
Peace has been bloomed from Texas to here.
You notice them right away, calm, collected, and offering something simple, peace.
In spirit that I ask you to practice mindfulness every day. Practice loving kindness every day and compassion.
Holding flowers, signs, gifts, and care packages, hundreds of people waited roadside for the arrival of the Buddhist monks in Charlotte who are walking for peace. Wednesday was day 81 of a planned 120-day trek that spans over 2,000 miles, all on foot. And while it hasn't been easy, people across the country have been pausing and showing support.
We just live right around the way, and so we walked, with so much...
So guys, coming from the other side of the world, you're so used to seeing so much negativity about America lately. And if you've been to America, you feel like you're going crazy because you're like, that's not the country I remember there. Because when you've left America, you don't care about whether you've seen Hollywood or the capital or whatever. It's these small towns, these small middle of nowhere towns, the Americans they don't show you on TV. That's what you end up missing. And it seemed like a decade. For a decade, it has seemed like that hasn't existed. And so when you guys are going out there in that cold, a cold that I can't describe to people who haven't been to your country, it speaks volumes to those of us who know.
Negativity, you gotta come where there's good energy.
I think it's a message that everyone in some way needs.
There are a lot of things going wrong. There are a lot of things happening that we have no control over, and they really need to realize that we do need peace.
One man says he has traveled to several of the stops to show support to his family members participating in the walk.
3 of the monks are my cousin, my wife's cousin. This is all I want. I think this is all what we all need and what we all want with so much going on.
And while many of the monks now walk with heavily bandaged feet, their message remains clear.
We just have to unlock that box and free peace and happiness.
But for those who have come near and far, this is an experience that they'll never forget.
Everything's
Who have come near and
Look at that. Look at that. Look at how many people are there. No matter what you tell us, big media, no matter what, these are small little regional channels. No matter what you tell us, that is real humanity. But most of us don't know Buddhism from a bar of soap. That's us. So guys, what I'm doing here, my name is Nikki. I'm just a normal person. My soul is just being opened. My heart is just being opened by this. I've already learned so much and I don't want to be alone. I want to share this with whomever wants to share it with me. But that's the image I want to see. When I look at other countries or my own country, whatever, that's what I want to see. This many people just wanting togetherness. That's us. That's us. We're not those psychopaths. We're not each other shouting at each other on the screen. And I've done that. If you want to go find footage of me shouting at people on the screen, it's on this channel. This isn't about perfection. This is just about how deeply we need connection right now.
far, this is an experience that they'll never forget.
Everything's meant to be, right? But today was just a sensational moment, I think, for everyone to witness in some way.
The monks will continue their journey throughout North Carolina Thursday morning, walking up US 29 towards Concord. And you can track their progress by heading to our website for an interactive map at WXII12.com. In Charlotte, I'm Bethany Cates for WXII 12 News.
Bethany, thank you. I think we'll pause on that one and see the other ones that I lined up. I have some apologies to make for the last video that I put out. I hope it's going to be referenced in one of these videos.
Well, a group of monks making their way out of South Carolina on their journey north. Our cameras caught up with them as they passed through Columbia over the weekend. This is huge on social media, and also people talking about this little furry friend, their adopted dog. As Lisa Weissman tells us,
the dog is called Aloka, and when people with the label of Christian but not the spirit of Christianity, they were from the Baptist church, and that's who I want to apologize to, because there is a Baptist church that actually gave these monks a place to stay. And I was hating on the Baptist church because all the people that were shouting hatred towards the monks happened to be Baptist. And then in the next video, I saw that there's a Baptist church that opens their hands. We will know you by your works, Christians. As a non-believer in your religion that has my own spirituality, I know you by your works. You know?
they are working with the dog who had to make a pit stop here in Charleston for some help from a local veteran.
The Charleston Veterinary Referral Center sees pets all day long.
I was still telling you guys the story. Aloka, his name means light, that's the dog's name. And Aloka was actually barking back. So the Buddhist monk was just doing his talk very calmly. The Pharisee was shouting, nobody gets peace bit through Jesus, and nothing original to say, right? But it doesn't matter what they say, because remember what they say is like, it doesn't matter the words that you say, it's how you make people feel. And so the dog started barking. And for those of you that, if you do tarot, it made me think of the Fool card. Do you know what I mean? The little dog there. So anyway, yeah. So I'm Nikki. I'm just a normal human being, not a perfect person, not trying to preach. I'm just wanting you to watch me have a human experience. You can join in with me. I'm not watching the chat. I know there's going to be negativity there. I tried to kill it. But I don't know how to kill the chat. I'm not that great at live streams. But yeah, I'm just watching the Buddhist monks and just different videos, and watch her as long as you want, and you're all welcome here.
But they have a famous one in their care right now. Aloka the peace dog, who trots alongside a group of monks as part of their walk for peace. While here in South Carolina, the monks noticed his limp getting worse, and they took him to a vet who recommended the 2.5-hour drive here, where one of the center's orthopedic surgeons repaired a rupture of the canine equivalent of an ACL.
He's been a delight to work with. He's a special dog for sure.
Look at her smile, guys. Look at the light in her eyes. Look at how big her smile is. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Sure. His eyes sort of have quite a bit of soul in them.
Surgery went well, and the well-known pup is on the mend.
I think what's made me proud is to recognize that We actually treat all of our patients that well. You know, he's a very important dog to a lot of people, but he's not more important than my dog is to me or your dog might be to you.
And that's what the monks are doing. They're being a mirror for us. That we aren't just these demons and we aren't just these people shouting at each other on the internet. This is who we are. We're the people who want to go outside. I'm sitting here in summer, right? We're the people, you won't believe me, my house is cool. But yeah, it's summer here in the Southern Hemisphere. We're the people who want to see beauty in each other and who want to be together and we don't care about our differences. And to those of you souls that just aren't there yet, you know what? Just for today, just for this moment that I can be conscious, I'm going to say you have the dignity of your process. And then I'm going to regress. And then I'm going to move back. And then I'm going to be hating on you again because I'm not perfect. But I hope that slowly I'll inch forward. This is Nuance with Nikki. We're just doing a live stream of me reacting to videos of the monks who are touching our hearts right now with their walk for peace. They started as 19. There were 18 of them now because one of them lost his leg because a truck driver hit his leg. But you're the impact they've had. He's like, it's worth the sacrifice. I knew what I was getting into. And that gave me a bit of peace because I was worried about their safety in America. But to their credit, the American people have been offering them security. The monks asked for nothing. They're not proselytizing. What's the word? Proselytizing? Proselytizing, not preaching. They're just walking. We will know you by your works, you know? And they say, you already have peace. You've just forgotten it. And they've been a mirror to society. And they've made us all feel very beautiful. Seeing the beauty in each other, man.
So we try and really treat all of our patients with the utmost respect, kindness, compassion.
With Aloka hopefully back in the mix soon, fingers or claws crossed.
The recovery process is a little bit protracted, but the success rate is very high. And so we can give Aloka back the ability to walk thousands of miles without pain.
Now, the center says they've gotten so many offers from people willing to donate money, lend a hand with the care of Aloka. Now, since the center is covering that, they say that you still can help to cover the cost of care for other animals through their CARES Fund. You can find more information online on this web story about that. But that money goes to cover the cost of care for pets of families in financial crisis. In West Ashley, Lisa Wiseman, News 4.
Well, and some good news, Aloka's already bearing weight on the leg, we're told, and in about 8 weeks, he should be walking quite comfortably. Look, 1.2 million followers just for the dog alone, so a lot of people enjoying the journey.
Aloka. So guys, you know, what is it about indigenous people? I think these monks are indigenous to Tibet. What is it about indigenous people that you always...
The group that's gaining national attention has...
You guys always... bring us back to care for animals. And care for animals to me is one mark of a nation that cares about people. So people always go, oh, why don't you donate to the children? You know what? People who care about animals naturally care about children. You know? Oh, thank you. Have I played this video already?
Finally made their way to North Carolina.
Yeah, the Buddhist monks were welcomed by hundreds of people in Charlotte tonight. Bethany Cates was there.
Hundreds.
Yes, we have watched this video. If you're joining us now, this is Nuance with Nikki coming at you from the Southern Hemisphere. Do me a favor, as you watch the videos, if you're the right person for this message, look at somebody in these videos that you would normally stereotype. I don't know, white, black, a raging lesbian, an angry man, whatever, who you'd normally stereotype and who our egos would normally have a negative attitude towards them. And can we just take this moment, this one little moment, just to see the humanity in them and how what we all want is peace? Because I am so inspired by these monks and I want to thank them for holding a mirror to society. This is us. This is the everyday people. These are small channels, small regional channels, not the big wigs that try to tell us what to think, hey? That have lost their credibility. Hey, bigwigs, you've lost your credibility, man. Can you take some inspiration?
It's in and around Charlotte today offer a chance to see the now viral group of Buddhist monks. A small group making a 2,300-mile trek from Texas to our nation's capital.
The Walk for Peace has gotten international attention, and tonight the monks will rest right here in the Queen City.
WBTV's Katie Soul caught up with the monks at their stop in Pineville today, and she is joining us now live. So, Katie, quite a show of support from folks in the community, right?
Guys, I'm not sure if I've watched this on the live stream already before, if it's one of those that I watched before this. Hello, Spam. Goodbye, Spam. Spam's going away. I'm really not sure. So let's just watch together again. This is Nuance with Nikki, and you're just watching me having a human response to the Buddhist monks. You know, moving forward, regressing, coming in anger towards people who are hating on them and not being my best self, and then retracting and going, but I see good in this person and that person, an imperfect person just like you, just being touched by something. Okay, and join me for as long as it's interesting, and see you when it no longer resonates with you.
Well, not just from here in Charlotte, but from beyond. Several people traveled in from the upstate of South Carolina, others from across the state of North Carolina, traveling hours here today for an emotional experience. They tell me they were lining the streets, hundreds of people along the streets here at the Miller's Flea Market for just a few minutes of unity.
North and South Carolina, don't they have mountains? Did those people travel over those mountains for hours just to go and see these monks? It's amazing to me. Everybody through my eyes right now is looking so beautiful.
We're in a very trying time in the world, and there's a lot of things going on, a lot of conflicts, and we all just need to get along.
A moment and a movement uniting people across all ages, races, and religions.
It was like I could barely see them, but it was really cool.
It fills our hearts to see how many people are showing up and showing support, even though many people have never heard of a monk or seen monks before.
The Walk for Peace has spanned 7 states and nearly 3 months as a group of monks journey onto Washington, D.C. in the name of peace.
Look at the excitement on her face. The lady in the hoodie, in the pink hoodie. Oh my word, the excitement on her face is absolutely epic. She's like a little girl. You just see it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's like it's her birthday. She's just so excited to meet monks. We don't know their names. I don't know their names. You know?
Really meaningful. When they started the walk, my grandmother died on the day they started, and when they end in Washington, it will be my mother's birthday. So to me, it just aligns synchronicity wise that it means that I need to be here and witness them walking for peace.
What a beautiful synchronicity for her. How very meaningful for the 3 generations of women in her family. Did the monks know that they would have that impact? Did they know? You know, for someone like me, other side of the world, I didn't realize, I mean, I knew, but I didn't realize how sad I'd been feeling. They just opened my heart so much, and I'm just sitting with my grief. Everything we've watched from the George Floyd days to the war. Oh, everything that we've had to go through as a world on our phones together. It feels like this is just a space to be together. My heart's just opening. That's what I'm saying.
Some bringing gifts, others documenting the historic moment. Everyone reminded of their message and now hoping for a more peaceful and united future.
I think it's a time to get together. There's a lot of conflict and unsettled unrest in our country, and I think it's important that just the simplicity of walking and gathering and meeting strangers.
Look at those people. Look at that. Look. Different faces, languages, races, religions. Look at them. Just one common purpose. It is just so gorgeous. Look at that. Just, you know what? I need to slow it down. I need to slow down that moment. Look at those faces. And look, just serenity. I want to hear what this lady's saying. She makes me think of people from My Fair Lady.
And meeting strangers is the purpose of peace and compassion.
And we want to tell the world that we still have hope, and we can continue to have hope. And so we share the prayers and welcome the prayers from all over the world.
And the monks are resting for the evening at the Marion Deal Rec Center off Tyvola Road, and they are taking visiting hours until 9 o'clock tonight, so you have plenty of time if you are able to make it over to that rec center. Tomorrow they will start the next leg of their journey. They will make a stop in Plaza Midwood and then head up to the Salisbury area.
It is so gorgeous. It is so beautiful. And like that lady said, we all still have hope. It's so beautiful.
Let
So
us all
simple.
ask for forgiveness from the
Wow. Wow. Have we seen, I think we have seen this video. Did we? Oh no, we haven't seen this specific one. I think this was still in Charlotte though. That's why I'm confused. Guys, if you're joining me right now, my name is Nikki. I'm just sharing the inspiration that I'm getting from watching the Buddhist monks traveling across America right now. I'm not even sure where they are or when this video was. Just showing you my messy live reaction because I want to share it with as many people as possible. I'm not watching the live chat, so if there are haters in the comments, I don't even know. Sending you love and light, bro. Like, I don't care. We just want to feel good, and we just want to feel connected, and we just want to be together, right? Avoiding my big girl chores, avoiding all the things I'm supposed to be doing, and just connecting with humanity, and just making space for the haters, whatever, bro. Like, thank you, monks, for holding up such a mirror to society, to make us feel beautiful again, and to remember our beauty.
As we speak, Buddhist monks are making a trek from Rock Hill up here to Charlotte, part of a much longer 2,000-mile journey they're taking. They're calling it a Walk for Peace that stretches from Texas all the way up to our nation's capital. Destiny Richards joins us now live, where the group took off this morning just about an hour ago. Destiny?
Her name is Destiny. I always take people's names as a message to me. Thank you, Destiny.
Yeah, they are on their way to Fort Mill right now. And eventually, Charlotte, this cross-country walk for peace has really captivated people on social media and in person across 6 states. And they'll be entering their 7th state, North Carolina, by the end of today. Again, they're headed to Fort Mill, then Pineville, and then Charlotte by this evening. Here's what we captured this morning here at Catawba Baptist Church. Dozens of people showing up just like they did last night when these Buddhist...
My name is Nikki, and you're joining me for Nuance with Nikki, watching me have a very human reaction to the Buddhist monks. This is not about preaching, like the monks say. This is not about... I can't say that word, proselytizing, the one where you're preaching, trying to convert anybody. No. This is just a human being touched by other human beings, being human. And right now, it is up to me to have the humility to say, I am sorry to the Baptists for painting you the same color as I painted the other Baptists who was sending hatred. The Baptist church over here giving the monks a place to rest. Thank you so much. We know you by your works. Christians, you are known by your works. And I hope what you learn from this, those who will listen, those who will hear. It's action that speaks louder than words. Some of you are screaming and we can't even hear you over the sound of silence and of peace that everybody wants. We all want peace, man. It's beautiful seeing people come together.
Monks came to rest, and they woke up early this morning and headed out.
Come ye and rest a while. Come ye and rest a while. That's what you're meant to be, churches. The place where we could come and rest a while. Not where we're called whores or we're told that what we go through isn't important. You know, I've been very deeply hurt by the Christian church. Very deeply. Because I was told that I was never enough. Mountains were made out of my sins. Molehills out of my ex-husbands. The pastor had tears in his eyes. Rolled his eyes when it came to me. You know? I do not actually believe in the mainstream religion God, because I am like, if he existed, that level of deception, that level of hatred that you weren't there for, I feel myself getting defensive, that would like he would have made that right based on the scriptures and stuff. So no. But I do believe in humanity, and I do believe we all have a seed, well, most of us have a seed of goodness in us. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we can get away from psychopaths. I'm not sure. But so many of us aren't. And this is showing me there are more of us that aren't. We're not just dumb, and we're not just dead-hearted. We want to be together. We want to get along. And these monks have asked for nothing. And yet the American people I've caricatured as, violent and disrespectful and egotistic. They've been giving security to them. They've been driving alongside them. They've been feeding them and watering them and housing them and sheltering them and joining with them and fellowshipping with them, not even knowing we're fellowshipping. And, And of course, there are going to be those that call this demonic and that demonic. Guys, we know light when we see it. The human soul knows that. Okay? And if there is a Jesus, if I'm wrong, and if there was a Jesus, he's walking with those monks. He's walking with those monks, bro. That's where he's at. He's not at you or at me even screaming. He's not in our ego. He's walking for peace. That was his whole message. He's not your fairy godfather. He's not.
By this evening. Here's what we captured this morning here at Catawba Baptist Church. Dozens of people showing up just like they did last night when these Buddhist monks came to rest, and they woke up early this morning and headed out of.
It took one Baptist church to remind me the goodness of Baptists. After a few hours, just a few hours of going, I think the Lutherans are good because they housed them. It took one good deed can undo 1,000 bad deeds for your community and how you are seen and perceived.
Of course, this is a quiet, respectful observance. So people lined up a walkway heading out of the church. They were able to offer flowers, of course, respectfully. And some of them had signs. Some people were just recording or just observing the moment. Some people praying alongside them because they did stop briefly to do a prayer before heading out onto Anderson Road. But they are being escorted by the York County Sheriff vehicles, and they have a long way to go before getting to Washington, D.C. Just a little background, these monks are they started nearly 3 months ago in Fort Worth, Texas, and they're expected to be in Washington, D.C. by early February. And this is all just a part of a Buddhist tradition, but they want to spread peace and compassion to everyone that they meet along this journey. We met one man who came here all the way from Michigan. He plans to walk respectfully behind them today, and here's what he had to tell us.
This was just an opportunity to join and honor their mission.
Look at the peace in his eyes.
This was just an opportunity to.
Look at the peace in his eyes. He reminds me of my little nephew, with whom I am now estranged, I think, who doesn't understand. You're beautiful, sir. You're beautiful. He came all the way from Michigan to the Carolinas, I believe. Charlotte. Is that North Carolina? I'm not sure.
To join and honor their mission, which I think is humanity's mission. It's a difficult time, in the world, and this is one thing that we can do.
People bringing flowers, praying together, not even knowing. Guys, we didn't need to be taught. The highest part of ourselves knows. It knows. Sorry. This is Nuance with Nikki. You're watching me have a very human experience, an imperfect experience, just experiencing this moments of beauty in our very trying world right now. Very trying world. Okay.
Them today, and here's what he had to tell us.
This was just an opportunity to join and honor their mission, which I think is humanity's mission. It's a difficult time, in the world, and this is one thing that we can do energetically, put our actions into that can hopefully make a little difference.
Yeah, and it really was so beautiful to see people of all backgrounds coming to support them and wish them well on their way. Just a little rundown of what's expected today. They're expected to be in Fort Mill at Ann Springs Close Greenway. That's where people can come to visit them between 10:30 and 1 p.m. today. And they're expected to go through Pineville later this afternoon, about between 2 and 4 p.m., according to local law enforcement there. And of course, you want to prepare for all of the delays and possible road closures from their continued walk for peace. This evening, they're expected to be at the Marion Deal Recreation Center, and visitation for people who'd like to come by and see them is from 6 to 9 p.m.
Recreation centers, churches, guys. Just places where everyday people who aren't on TV get to go. I wish I still had that video from it's one of the ones that inspired me to do this, because somebody was saying about how her home isn't the most beautiful place. And I'm like, it's beautiful because you're there. It's beautiful because you are there, you know? I don't know, guys. It's just, yeah, so you're joining Nuance with Nikki. You're watching a very messy person right now being touched by humans coming together. An imperfect person who you may have seen do a lot of negativity and share a lot of negativity.
Imagine being able to build
Share a lot of negativity on this channel or whatever. Just watching some positivity. Somebody who's always trying her best but doesn't always do things the right way. Watching people just hold up a reflection to us. The Buddhist monks just touching us all. Doesn't this show how hungry we are as a world for any flippin' religion just to step in? And, you know, like, I'm not a religious person in the strictest sense. I'm a spiritual one, but, like, just, this is what we want. We're hungry for it. But some of you have turned religion into a corporation. And there's me speaking with my ego and speaking, oh, man, I'm not perfect. Can we just be together? Let's be together. Enjoy the Buddhist monks.
A loud reaction. They don't chant. They don't carry signs. They don't ask anyone to follow. They just walk across the country. 19 Buddhist monks are walking more than 2,300 miles on foot from Texas to Washington, D.C.
They call it the Walk for Peace. The monks are part of a Vietnamese Buddhist community based in Fort Worth, Texas, the Hoang Dao Vipassana Bhavana Center.
Yeah, they began their journey October 26, committed to months on the road, walking day after day through cold, pain, and exhaustion, often in silence.
Yeah, this is their projected route. I'll show it to you here. They have been sharing it through Google Maps. And as you can see, that path cuts directly through the Carolinas, including...
Guys, that drive is exhausting to drive. Never mind, walk. Do you have any idea how many seasons they've already seen? Yo. It's going to get colder. Are they up in Maryland already? Man.
Charlotte. Well, tonight those monks are resting in Great Falls in Chester County, preparing for the miles ahead. They're expected to walk through Charlotte in the coming days. So why are they doing this? Well, the monks say this isn't political. It's not a protest, not a...
Guys, whenever we get defensive about law enforcement, just remember, law enforcement's there. We've seen so much negativity. There's law enforcement keeping them safe. And lower the dog. Okay, this is Nuance with Nikki. We're tracking the progress of the Buddhist monks, just randomly.
Demonstration. It's a spiritual practice rooted in mindfulness, discipline, and compassion, meant to remind people that peace isn't something you demand from others, it's something you practice yourself.
I don't know how to practice it myself. Okay, sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be vulnerable and let you guys see me. I'm always demanding it from others, right? Isn't that my whole channel? But look at them. They practice it themselves and it overflowed, right?
And from others, it's something you practice yourself.
We have different backgrounds, different skin colors, different languages that we speak, and different faith. But everybody coming together just because of peace.
Each day begins before sunrise. They walk for hours, sometimes more than 30 miles, often, again, in silence. They carry very little. They sleep in tents, and they rely almost entirely on what communities along the way choose to offer.
Thank you for showing us the best version of ourselves. Thank you. Thank you.
And that message, simple, quiet, demanding, nothing is resonating. Thousands of people across the South have come out to see the monks walk, some intentionally, others.
The South, the part of America that's always caricatured, right? It's always caricatured. It's where you get the realest people. You never have to wonder in the South.
By chance.
I think that having the walk through a rural area is really eye-opening and enlightening for people who would not get to experience this otherwise.
This is what they're saying with their actions. No area is above us and no area is beneath us. You're joining Nuance with Nikki. You're watching me have a very human and messy experience, being touched by the Buddhist monks and the people of America, showing us the best versions of themselves, then bringing the best versions of ourselves out of us. Thank you for joining. If you're hating in the comments, I'm scared of you. It's true. I'm scared of the hatred, but I'm not even looking. Okay. I'm human. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. That, wow, all of us are actually together and we want to be together. So beautiful.
I think that having the walk through a rural area is really eye-opening and enlightening for people who would not get to experience this otherwise.
Can those of us who live in cities take this as a reminder not to ever make people in rural areas feel like they're inferior, because they're not. They're amazing people. That's where you get the love. That's where you get the good food. That's where you smell the fresh air. That's where you get the peace. They are the epicenters of peace. That's where you get the real people, even if they're not perfect. You get the unpolished people. You're not going to be getting the hustlers so much there. You know? Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a scene everywhere they have been so far. As the monks move through cities and rural towns, people stop. Drivers pull over. Families bring their children. Strangers, they wave. Some stay for hours.
You know, the ones trying to demonize them, it's not working. Hey, Pharisees, you guys are trying to demonize them because you're being loud and you're shouting, and it's not working. Because we've heard what you had to say before. And you're screaming and you're shouting, but they're talking with actions. And they're walking in silence. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Just watch this beautiful reaction by these beautiful people.
Their children, strangers, they wave. Some stay for hours.
This is peace right here.
Right here.
You know, and everybody feels it.
And I think that, you know, a walk of peace, a walk of love is something that I think this county, the state, this country really needs right now.
On the route, strangers have opened their...
You know what's beautiful about these people? Didn't you look at all these people and go, wait, is that so-and-so? We all know somebody who looks like these people. We all know that dude. We all know that lady.
People stop. Drivers pull over. Families bring their children. Strangers, they wave. Some stay for
like, don't you know that lady? You feel like you know someone like her, right?
hours.
You know somebody like this lady. You do. You know somebody like that uncle.
This is peace right here.
Right here.
You know, and everybody feels it.
And I think that, you know, a walk of peace, a walk of love is something that I think this
That guy's everybody's cousin.
county, the state, this country really needs right now.
On the route, strangers have opened their homes, they've donated food, provided water, and in some places waited hours just to watch the monks pass. But the journey has not been without hardship. On November 19th, while walking along a highway near Dayton, Texas, the monks' escort vehicle was struck by a distracted truck driver. 2 monks were injured. 1 lost his leg, reducing the group from 19 to 18. The injured monk, Venerable Mahadam, says the accident hasn't stopped his mission, even if he's having to watch from afar.
No regrets. I made the decision coming into this knowing the risk, knowing that if anything is going to happen to me, I'd be willing to sacrifice that.
Nuance with Nikki, we're watching the Buddhist monks. We're now hearing about the one monk that was injured. He may have lost his leg, but many of us in this time of turbulence in the world, we're never going to forget this moment and what they've done for us, what he gave his leg for. And it gives me peace when he says, I knew the risks coming in, because I was worried. I was worried about them doing this pilgrimage in America, how it is right now. And I'm not saying that in hatred. I think many Americans are worried themselves too. They're worried sick about their family members and neighbors. But there he is. And he did it by choice, you know? We all know somebody like this guy. And I think it's our higher selves.
That if anything is going to happen to me, I'd be willing to sacrifice that. I'm just overwhelmed with the feeling of getting the message across about spreading peace, compassion, love, harmony, and again, community gathering.
For the monks, this walk isn't about reaching Washington. It's about what happens along the way, the moments of reflection, the connections between strangers, and the reminder that peace doesn't have to be loud to be felt.
Peace is what
Peace doesn't have to be loud to be felt.
That peace doesn't have to be loud to be felt.
peace is what the people, all kind of beings, are really needs right now. That's asking and looking for every day. And we are Buddhist monks. We walk just to raise that awareness. The peace has already been with us for so long. All we need to do is just pause and stop and look back within, and peace will begin from right there.
Well, as we said, tonight the monks are resting in Great Falls in Chester County. Later this week, they're expected to walk right through Charlotte, carrying the same quiet message they brought across thousands of miles. And of course, we're still waiting on their exact route through the city. But what is really clear here, Jamie, is what they're doing, and they're touching so many people.
Moving so many people turning out, even if that message itself is so simple.
It just shows that there can be peace, and there's people that's willing to go out there and fight for it.
And this is not the most beautiful place, but that's what it's about. It don't have to be in the most beautiful place to experience peace.
It's the most beautiful place because you're there. And you're showing the world how much you want peace. And that is powerful. It is powerful to those of us who are able to receive your message in actions. Well done. Well done to the monks. Well done to the people of America. Showing us your actual heart and not just the caricature of you. Showing how caring you actually are. In spite of situations. We're not gonna dwell on that. I'm starting to feel that it's time for me to end this live broadcast. Actually, I'm probably just going to carry on. I do recommend to all you sparkly unicorns out there that you sit there and fill the algorithm with just videos of these monks. So I hope that it gives you the smiles it's giving me. There will be the haters and the whatever. Just, you know what? We all need this moment of seeing community happen. We've needed it. As a world, we've needed it. So thank you for holding up such a beautiful mirror to us monks. We appreciate you. Thank you.
And this is not the most beautiful place, but that's what it's about. It don't have to be in the most beautiful place to experience peace. You know, this is peace right here.
I want to watch more. I want to do just a little bit more. Wait. Okay, fine. Let's just do a little bit more. I wanted to leave, but I can't. I'm addicted.
Others, we also forgive them for if. Let us all ask for forgiveness from the others. We also forgive them for if, for any reason, intentionally or without intention, that we have harmed, hurt, and injured them. We also ask them to forgive us, and we forgive them. And lastly, we must forgive ourselves if we have done anything that is hurtful to ourselves.
Okay, so this is bringing up a lot for me as someone who's faced a lot of forgiveness shaming, who's had my forgiveness taken advantage of too much, who's had my best qualities used against me by some very bad people, and who's learned not to trust. I don't know that I can open my heart yet that much to ask everybody for forgiveness or to be willing to forgive all of them. I'm just telling you where I am in my process. But to those of you who are willing, if I have harmed you or hurt you on this channel, if I so vaguely look like someone who's harmed or hurt you, if I remind you of someone, intentionally or unintentionally, if you are willing, could I ask for your forgiveness? Can I say that I'm sorry, please? Yeah. And to those who are not ready, you have the dignity of your process. There are many people I'm not ready to forgive, guys. I'm not ready. And I do believe that there's a time and a place for anger. There's room for that too. There's just pain screaming anyway. Those of us who grew up under Christianity, we've been forgiven and shamed a lot. So if we're not ready, we're not ready, okay? But to the extent to which I am able, I offer you all that I have in terms of forgiveness. And to the extent to which you are able, I ask you to give that to me. Just a little bit. And I think there's a song that I play in my car. I think it comes from something called Ho'oponopono, which I think is Hawaiian. But it goes something like, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Again, I know nothing about the tradition from which it comes, just the sentiment. When you repeat that to yourself or to others, yeah, I don't know, it opens your heart a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, right? And so, I'm being honest with you that I don't have all the open-heartedness in the world, but I'm offering you what I do have, wherever you are. Okay? This is my messy moment. Okay, let's listen to what the monk has to say. It's always so simple.
If we have done anything that is hurtful to ourselves, for the year of 2026, let us move forward without hatred, without anger, only loving kindness and compassion. Stay with us for the rest of this year and for the rest of our life. Thank you, everyone. From Texas, Fort Worth, Texas to here, 6 states that we have walked. We had encounters so many problems on this physical body and also mentally. But we have never given up, even though it's a tough journey. It's a really tough journey for all of us. Some of us are barefooted, regardless of shoes or no shoes. All of us encountered blisters, stepping on nails, screw, glass. We have leg injuries, we have knee injuries, back problem, and everything. But we have never given up. We get up every day at 4 a.m. to prepare and start walking again, even though there's our days that we are exhausted. Seeing all the people coming out for this same mission, that tells us that
I'm sorry, but that's what we need. We don't need your mega churches and things. We don't need big organizations. We need people to take the temperature of the room and feel how we're feeling. And do what they can to let us know that we're together. And that we're not alone. And that there is hope. And no, I don't think this is going to solve everything in the world. It's not. But give us one moment. We have one moment together, a little bit of light in the darkness that we know is coming. What I've learned as I understand Buddhism, which is not much, is that it's about progress, not perfection, right? Like, it's just a little bit. Just do that a little bit better today. So however your heart is feeling right now, that's cool. It's that little bit.
we are deeply in the stage of sufferings. I have said this before. The reason why I've said this before.
You look so beautiful, crowd. You look so beautiful. You don't just look like some kind of international bully or some kind of person stepping on other parts of the world or some kind of person who doesn't care and some kind of person that doesn't understand anything. You've never looked more beautiful and more human. More beautiful than supermodels and celebrities. You look so gorgeous.
I have said this before. The reason why I decided to do this walk for peace is because of seeing so many sufferings around me in Fort Worth, Texas alone, and around the world where I travel for disaster relief. Not just physically, but mostly mentally ill. With all kinds of sufferings that makes me feel helpless. I didn't know what to do, where to start. And I have this kind of thought, thinking that I have to do something to support our communities, our society, our country, and the people around this world, and for all beings. If I can continue staying at the temple to serve the small communities, I won't be able to spread what I practice to all the people around. And then I asked my teachers, can I do this? He said, yes, go for it. After that, we invited all the venerable monks from Thailand, from Vietnam, from France, and in the United States.
They came at a time where it's difficult to come. They came to America at a time when there's drama around visas. They knew the risks. And they came just to give you a moment to see hope, man.
To join this walk. 76 days has passed. And we have monks, we have one brother monk that got his legs have to cut, amputated. But we still walk regardless. Everywhere we go now, the crowd is getting larger and larger, showing all this love and hospitality and support. Like today, it is overwhelmed. So many people.
And not with money, not with marketing campaigns, not with all this effort. Literally the pull of the human heart, bro. This is Nuance with Nikki. You're watching me have a very imperfect and messy human response to how I'm personally touched, sitting on the other side of the world, watching the sacrifice of these Buddhist monks, simply doing a walk for peace and showing me how people cared for them and how people cared for each other. Nothing to do with me, not physically impacting my life in any way. But there's something about seeing love, something about seeing respect and community. You'll never take that away. Lord knows, we know we're going to see you try. We know it's coming. And so we're just here with this moment of peace and just enjoying. If you're commenting in the comments, I hope you're spreading love. If you're not, giving you the dignity of your process. Gotta just let it happen. Trying to be at least an okay version of myself. If you watch the live stream, you've seen me cry, you've seen me do whatever. I don't even know if anyone's watching. Doesn't matter. It's out there. Maybe one day my kids will be like, oh, okay, so that was our mom.
Will support this mission. And I do truly hope that all of us coming out here today will walk with us to Washington, D.C. together in spirit.
Not going to change anything but hearts. Not going to change anything but give people hope. That's all people need, man. Thank you for reminding a divided country that has actually spilled over into the rest of the world. Thank you for reminding them that so many of them still have each other. Thank you for reminding us watching from around the world that we have each other too.
But Washington, D.C. is not the final destination. Because we do need world peace. So we have to walk until the end of our life. So that this world will be a better place for our future generation, our children's, grandchildren's, and so many more generations, and ourselves that we will be reborn.
Kids want to share with you what's happening inside for me. They're talking, we have to walk through our whole life. It's making me think of my grandfather's friend, a lawyer, a security guard, a prince, and a president and a prisoner. That's Nelson Mandela, the first person that I knew was a president. When I first learned the word president, my president happened to be Nelson Mandela. And I know now, looking at this world, how lucky I was. You know, and so was my generation. Imagine being in grade 1 and that's your president. You learn the word president and that man's Nelson Mandela, man. Anyway, looking back at his life and looking at how many people didn't deserve a sacrifice, I have questioned a lot about, is it worth sacrificing for others and stuff? I have done some stuff where I've helped build people's career. I've given more than you might know, to get nothing but disdain back. And so what's going on for me in my heart is, wow, is it even worth it to sacrifice for these people? And so what I think I'm taking away from this moment is that if I'm no longer able to carry the weight and you're no longer able to carry the weight, someone actually will. Selfish people have known that. But do you get what I mean? Like those of us who are at least trying to be unselfish, like someone will. I don't even know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You're joining Nuance with Nikki, about to wrap up this live stream. I think just of me having a very human response to something that is so touching in a world of so much noise right now. So much noise. And this beautiful, simple act of what started as 19 Buddhist monks, now 18 of them because one's been injured. And a dog, Aloha, I think, Aloka, I can't remember his name. Oh boy, what's my boy's name? His name means light. The dog, light. Walking across a country in turmoil. And we have seen nothing but negativity from that country for a decade now. And it's so beautiful to see so much positivity. And to see communities coming together. So we appreciate these monks for holding up a mirror to society. I keep saying I'm going to end this live stream, but I'm addicted. I don't want to leave. If you're putting love in the comments, thank you. If you're putting hate, dignity of your process, bro.
To have a better place to live. In order for us to do that, we have to be mindful of every little thing we do in life. We have been too busy chasing the materialities and the outside world every single day. This world is moving too fast, and we are chasing after it. We didn't even have time to look back within. We didn't even have time to see our breath going in and out. We breathe just like a machine, like a robot that's been breathing to survive, waiting for the last minute, last moment of our life. This is what we have been doing for so long.
This has been Nuance with Nikki, sharing my human experience of watching the Buddhist monks. I think I'm going to love you guys and leave you. If I've inspired you to follow them, please do. Thank you for joining. It's been... I might have a vulnerability hangover next time. I've been many things, but real, right? I've been real, at least in this. Guys, thank you for joining. Go ahead, stalk the Buddhist monks if it lights your soul up. It's been lighting up so many people's souls, and we need this in this world. Take care of yourselves. Thank you. Thank you. Ciao for now.